Breaking news.
Drama! Yes, drama when it comes to Manchester United.
It's all kicking off.
Man United won't break the bank for him. And if Man United won't break the bank for him, they've got other targets.
It takes guts. It takes certain character to apologize. And apologies are being accepted from Casemiro and his family. I'm going to put myself in there as well. But Jamie Carragher has had to come out and say he was wrong. The football has not left Uncle Cass. The rollout, the final rollout for Casemiro's 4 months left at this football club is like none other. What he's doing now is rolling back the years like he's at Real Madrid. He's being dominant on the ball. He's winning more deals than anybody else. He's scoring goals. He's doing 6-7. He's doing up the kids. He's doing 6-7 for his son in the box. So he's part of modern day affairs. He's doing up 6-7. To the point where we're looking at it going, I know you're leaving, Uncle Cass, but I want Belaber and Anderson and these type of guys, but are they going to give me goals like this? Are they going to give me supply line like this? Are they going to be a leader of men like this? But I have to say, the turnaround that he's had is unreal. I couldn't see it. This guy was not getting in the team because of over Toby Collier. Toby Collier was keeping Casemiro out of the team. And like Carragher said, and we've all seen it, he has reinvented himself. Yes, it's tactical as well. Yes, we're set up in a better way now. But it's not all that. We can't oversimplify this. Casemiro decided, I need to activate again. I need to show them why I've been at the top of the game for so long. And everyone's got to take their hat off to him because this turnaround is generational, bro. Generational. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Shout out Uncle Cass. You've got Jamie Carragher moving with more humble nature than our own legends. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. He's out here saying, listen, he could tell me the punditries leave before the punditry, leave the punditry before the punditry leaves you. He's entitled to say that. I was wrong. And you got Butt and Scholes and that. Them man still don't want to say sorry to the Sandra. But anyway, listen, I'm not trying to bring that up again, but it's just interesting that there's a Liverpool guy, do you know what I mean, who cusses us all the time. And he can say sorry where sorry is warranted. It's not hard, is it? Not hard.
No, it's not. It's that A word again, Flex.
Also, good morning, lovely jubbly. Good morning.
Lovely jubbly, indeed. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, welcome to the Transfer View. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe on deadline day. And as you mentioned, Lex, with Casemiro, he looks like a different man. Yeah, he looks like the Casemiro of old. He looks like he's been rejuvenated. Looks like he's been reborn. He looks like he's been, what's the word I'm looking for? Begins with no. It's on the tip of my tongue. That's right. He looks optimized.
Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Oxford Natural and their all-new natural supplement, Optimum Day and Night. Thousands across the UK, USA and beyond are smashing their health goals with Oxford Natural. Optimum Day gives you steady energy, curbs your cravings and keeps your metabolism firing all day. Optimum Night helps you relax, get restorative sleep, recover and keep burning fat while you rest. It's not a magic pill, but it will help you reach your health goals. Check out some of the incredible results. Two of our own, OWEN, lost over 100 pounds in 10 months. And KG dropped 30 pounds in 4 months. In 8 months, football legend Michael Owen lost 35 pounds. And Robbie from AFTV, Don Robbie, lost over 80 pounds. And in 6 months, Anita, an award-winning immigration lawyer, lost 44 pounds. And Linda, a law firm executive, lost over 50 pounds. No gimmicks, no needles, just results. Oxford Natural, let's get to work.
Yes, let's get to work indeed. Just like Casemiro clearly has been putting in the work on the training pitch. Yeah, I don't know if he's been using Oxford Natural by Gowan Life, but you should. You can scan that QR code right there. You can subscribe and you can save up to 70% off. You can get your Optimum Day, which is good for your weight loss goals. You can get your right there. You can get your Optimum Night, which is good for your restorative sleep. You can get them individually or combined. Stack them any which way you please. Click the link in the video description. It's pinned in the chat. All the information is in the video description as well as on the landing page. If you do click that link, and you can get Optimized today. Say it together with me. 1, 2, 3. Optimized.
Optimized.
Optimized. Yes, indeed. And in fact, Flex, when it comes to the TTS this morning, when it comes to Jamie Carragher and Casemiro, this morning's sound is
the footballer's not left them.
Yeah, the footballer's
Kevin
not left
super
them.
chatted $100.
Imagine,
this is a test
Kevin.
super chat message.
Yes, but the football has not left Casemiro, according to Jamie Carragher. Indeed, so we'll be getting through to those comments from Jamie Carragher. A bit of accountability. The football has not left him. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. The football has not left.
The football has not left them.
There you go.
At the witness 8,458 super chatted £4.99. Morning, gents. PSA, if I ever miss your call and send you a picture of Casemiro, I'm sorry, it just means I wasn't looking. Eyes emoji.
Oh. That is sensational. That is good work, isn't it? You know what I mean? That is good work. Show with the members chat's been running for 40 months. Says Casemiro was never finished, was just used wrongly by Eric Ten Hag and Ruben Amorim, and scapegoated by people like Muppeteers. Keep him on lower wages. He's a leader. Yeah, but there is. I mean, I agree, Asher. That one, lower wages, Casemiro, keep him. It's it's not a thing, is it? You know what I mean? It's just not.
Well, it's not. I think it's not because obviously it's been decided it's not already.
Yeah.
Which
Even
for
if
many
it
reasons
was.
we don't know. Yeah. Well, the way he's playing, if it was low enough, the way he's playing.
What's low enough?
Well, low enough is like go down to like the Maguire thing where like 100. What the?
At the video 1048 super chatted £199.99. Rest in peace to my dear brother Nubian Pharaoh, lost to prostate cancer. London-based,
Is that true?
loved United, Old Trafford, and the United View. Men 40+, Black African Caribbean, please get checked. Simple blood test.
Is that true?
Is this real?
Bloody hell. We were talking about Nubian Pharaoh a lot recently as well, weren't we?
100%.
We're saying we hadn't seen him in a while. That is a pillar of the UV community, Nubian Pharaoh. I mean, we don't have anything else to go on if that's true or not. But my goodness me, that is so sad.
Like honestly, Nubian Pharaoh, like Owen just said, he's like a pillar of this community. Always used to make massive appearances, support the channel.
Got the voice, you know what I mean?
Because of him.
Yeah.
And we've been saying for a while, like, this has just kind of knocked me a little bit. Is this real?
Yeah.
Is this David? I'm not sure because we never got a chance to know who Nubian Pharaoh actually was.
We knew about him. We knew that he was from London. We knew that. I think he's got family as well. They were saying that because his family. I think he might have kids who play football or something like that. I remember him mentioning that on one of the streams.
Yeah, he did. And because he was like, there was a level of mystique about Nubian Pharaoh. With tongue in cheek, you weren't sure which bits were like the online person versus who the real person behind this amazing support was. David,
I mean,
please.
we've got an emoji in the chat for him. You know what I mean? We've got the Pharaohs in the chat.
Yeah, Pharaohs in the chat. Like,
yeah.
Oh man, this has knocked me a little bit. David, please
me too.
Get in contact with us or myself. My email is there. You know where it is. flexutd87 at gmail.com or United View. Exactly.
Yeah, united.tv@gmail.com.
Please just get in contact so we can have a conversation off.
Because if there's anything we can do as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like it's very, very sad, bro. Based upon what you're saying as well in terms of prostate cancer, especially in Black African Caribbean men. 100% support the message. I've family members who have had prostate cancer and beaten it. Very, very high success rate, but it is very high in black men. Brothers, please make sure you get your tests. The tests aren't always as invasive as usually checking rectal. You know, you can do it. Which
Blood
there was a lot of
tests.
schemas and isms and schisms with cultural things of growing up about what that looks like. It is a simple blood test now. Shout out to DJ AG. I saw him putting things up.
The footballer's not left him.
At Davidu 1048 super chatted £49.99. He was my brother. Dearly loved. It's sadly true. I'll drop you an email.
Please drop me an email. And if you have anything more to say during the show, bro, please don't think you have to express it through super chat.
Financially.
Like, exactly. Please just put it in the regular chat, bro. If you want to, if people are asking questions and you want to say some more stuff, don't feel that you have to, you know, do that. Man.
Yeah, but condolences,
David,
obviously.
Really sorry to hear that, brother.
That is a real gut punch. I'm not gonna lie.
It
that
is
a real
so out of the blue. And we've been asking for him, not in this way,
for
but
a while.
Like, where has he been?
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, because he used to always get involved. You know what I mean? A couple of years ago, you know, or so.
Damn.
Yeah.
Condolences to yourself and the family, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. That's really it's really derailed.
Like I said, that is a real stalwart of the UV community, as you mentioned in your first chat. You know, it was very obvious that it obviously loved Man United and also loved this community, this channel, for all of his support. You know what I mean? Was just incredible. So that is and I always assumed he wasn't a super old guy or anything like that, which I don't think he was, right? So
exactly.
Which once again, if that is the case, then absolutely, men of a certain age, like Flex mentioned, you know, Black, African, Caribbean, or just any ethnicity, get yourself checked, because it doesn't discriminate. You know what I mean?
No,
cancer of any kind, you know, particularly prostate cancer.
Damn, prayers up, man. Prayers up, prayers up. I look forward to hearing from yourself, David, via email. We'll exchange emails and go from there. And guys, if there's any updates or anything that you guys know, we'll share it here on the community. Of course. KG's just calling me now, actually. Hold on a second. Yo. Go on. He's wait, are you watching the show right now? Right. So KG's God.
I heard what he said. Everyone heard what he said. He said
everyone heard what he said. They can hear through this.
Yeah.
I didn't even need to put it on loudspeaker. They could just hear from just that.
Yeah.
Are you on a Peloton? Yeah, you're on a Peloton. So this is where you get grey, your eyes get red, you got lack of oxygen. You can get you're dizzy and stuff, and you can basically do things. So you've put. So you think we can have a 12-point swing? Is what you think?
Just put it on loudspeaker, Fleck.
Sorry. Say that again.
66 to 1.
66 to 1.
Yeah.
You've put that on. What did you put? Tenner.
He's put for those that didn't hear. For those that didn't hear,
a little bit more than a tenner
to win the league.
How much is a little bit more?
I'd say like £20.
You put £20. Are you lying? Is it more than that?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know if it's so. Hold on. So now you don't actually know how much you put on.
I don't know. I didn't say that's enough.
Do you know what? He needs to go. He needs to go. I think you've lost the plot.
Don't tell my wife though, Flex. You're one of my closest friends.
Are you drunk?
I'm not drunk. I'm on the plane working out. I can't be drunk on this. It's dangerous.
It's also dangerous doing bets like what you're doing, but you never learn.
Anyway, just wanted to let you know. See you later.
Big up for the info.
Thanks.
I don't know. He's just. I don't know. I've lost. I thought he was calling about Nubian Pharaoh.
Yeah.
I thought that's why I was like, "Are you watching this show?" I don't. But then he's just.
When it comes to that, right? But this is why I said the book of accountability thing was the book of bullshit, because if he's putting money on us for possibly winning the league, that would suggest that Michael Carrick should keep the job, right? But he's not allowed to say that because he's written down that he's not allowed to say that in the book.
Well, though, there is a technicality, because the only
Section
way that
C,
we did
clause
agree
number 5.
100% in brackets is that we did also agree in that book that everybody agrees. It was, saying
me.
everybody. I know. But you would definitely agree with this one. If he won the league, he obviously has to get the job. That was across the board. It was like, that's obviously not involved in this silly little thing of like, obviously if he wins the league. So he's got a bit of a corridor there to be like, well, yeah, I can go down that route, because we also, if he wins the league, there's nothing for any of us to talk about. But obviously we didn't, with the reason why that clause is in there is because it's never going to happen. But
no, well, it's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, well, 66-1, as KG says.
Exactly.
So not actually that impossible, but
exactly
still very unfavorable.
What is wrong with
your odds? What's right with him? I think it's easier to ask what's if you're going to talk about KG and break him down. You just have to say what's right with him, and then it'll be a shorter list. But yeah, what a start to the show, people.
Oh my god, I was an emotional roller coaster, honestly.
And probably in true KG fashion, I think that's his way of actually flipping the mood. His way of because it is one extreme to the other, and it's not condescending. It's not like, oh, you just forgot about Nubian. I know KG. That's his way. Like when things are sad or when things are. He clicks into a different mode.
You need people like that. You need people like that. When you're going through tough times or when you're experiencing grief, you need those people around you that I always like have that like that. There's friends that I'll call if I'm experiencing something like that's rough or challenging, that you call them, and you know that even if it's not maybe the right time to joke, they probably will, because it does snap you out of it sometimes a little bit. Then you go, I'm glad for someone to make me laugh or smile a little bit. You need those people. You know what I mean? In your life, you need those people that are there to pick you up. Certainly. A couple more super chats here. Benji says, "Flex, we need to sign Kevin, future star. He scored a brilliant goal yesterday. Didn't he?
Did you know what? I tell you something, guys. I didn't really end up talking about it a lot in the previews because it just wasn't about him. But I let you into a little Fleck judge thing. Every time I see this guy play for Fulham, I did a bit
of a judge as well. I did a bit.
Yeah, because I'm like Kevin. Every time I've seen him play, I'm like, he's just a little bit better than Dharma. Like he got no end product.
Did you?
Feet and stuff. Yeah. But this was like to myself. It's just like a thought. Like I thought I had bought that new guy, Kevin. Never rated. I always see him gets a couple tricky feet. Never has any end product, man. So obviously when he comes on, I weren't really caring. I weren't really paying attention, and trust him to get his first goal like that. You know what I'm saying? What a strike that was.
I did a bit of Owen judge because I said on the match view that whenever I see him, it's Home Alone in my head. You know what I mean? Kevin, God. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And exactly. Yeah, that's what we were talking about yesterday. And then obviously he scores. Yeah. JDK says, "Hey guys, I would love Ben Stiller as a midfielder. Ben Stiller was in from Dodgeball.
Yeah. And Dr. Doolittle, Zoolander, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? What's the guy's name in Dodgeball? I
can't remember his name.
Dodgeball. I can't be bothered to even type it. Yeah. Sanjit says, "RIP Nuban, legend in UV." Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Save the Jungles says the same thing. Respect, RIP. And Amanor says, "James, what are you scared of? Hold that, James." Well, he'll be on the red carpet tonight, so I'll ask him about this Casemiro stuff, which you haven't even spoken about yet, actually.
No, we haven't started the show yet. We actually haven't started the show. 20 minutes.
It's been a crazy show. So Jamie Carragher, he has apologized to. I say apologized. He's admitted that maybe he was not right, not correct. I don't know if he's actually full.
No, he did. No, he did. I think he said enough stuff to be like, I was, cussing himself, saying, he apologized, man.
Carragher said, it's now fair to say, as you heard in the super chats, the football has not left him, considering what he's producing this season in the Premier League. He had a bit more depth on it. He said, listen, credit to him. He looks a completely different player. He looks a different player physically as well. When I said that, leave the football for the football leaves you, you looked at him and he looked like an old man coming to the end of his time as a player. Now he's been ultra professional, physically looks completely different. Now, this is one of those situations, Fleck, where it's like, obviously, Jamie Carragher's there saying, look, I was wrong. Football's not left him, this, that, and the other. Is it more of a case of, well, the football never left him, and the only reason he was looking like, as Jamie Carragher says there, you know, an old man coming to the end of his career, is because he's a player that, yes, is past his peak and past his prime, but he's being exposed by poor tactics, poor systems under Eric Ten Hag, huge gaps in midfield, and then sometimes going to centre back, you know, to try and cover for defenders under Ruben Amorim. It's kind of the same, even though Casemiro won him over. He's still getting exposed in a system that, let's be honest, the 3-4-3 wasn't really working that much, has been evident now. And then you see yesterday, and then, well, the 3 games under Carrick, and actually the couple of games under Rude last season as well, that if he's in a system that suits him, if the gaps between the lines are much smaller, and he's got other players around him that can help him out, then he's still big game Miro. He's still the guy that won 5 Champions Leagues or what have you, right? He's still got that quality in him. Now, it might not be £350,000 a week's worth of quality. You know, it doesn't make the decision for him to go at the end of the season necessarily the wrong one. But was it a case of maybe not the football left him, but rather the coaches exposed him?
Yeah, I think when you're looking at a petition of blame in that, you'd probably go 70-30 in terms of system versus himself. 70% obviously being in the setup of the team. You know, I'm definitely not going to speak on this as somebody who didn't cuss Casemiro in those times and didn't almost agree with Jamie Carragher. I'll be honest, I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and be like, when Carragher was saying those things, I wasn't kind of agreeing that it's over. And even as
that Palace game, it was 4-0 against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, and you go, well, he did look like that. It's not like he didn't. That's
what I'm saying. We all saw it. Elise was skipping. Remember, he dropped a shoulder. Elise dropped a shoulder, and this is what I'm talking about. That wasn't because the gaps were big. Like, this is where we got a. That was just like, mate, you can't. He's running through treacle. It
was on the ref cam. Remember,
ref cam. Yeah, that was it.
And
he literally just. And I remember cussing, going, it's not even that Elise's produced like the best bit of magic we've ever seen with what a Cruyff turn, took him out of the game. It was half a shoulder, and Casemiro just went down like Shaq. Do you know what I mean? So it's he did, and there was so many times you saw Casemiro leg speed wise try to compete in duels and not be up for it. You know, diving in because he'd rather dive in and try to win the ball and be way off it than engage in duels with his feet and his legs. So I do think there is 2 sides to it, because you have to give Casemiro a lot of credit as well. It isn't all just this is not as simple as we just play the right system now, so he's better. That is a lot, like I said, 70-30. The 30% is Casemiro, you know, slimming down, locking in mentally, working on things, still evolving his game at this age, still like not taking no for an answer. Young kid Collier's ahead of me. Everyone's talking about Kobe. They got Ugarte and he's supposed to be able to run around and stuff. I'm the forgotten guy, even though I've been at the pinnacle of the game for the last 10, 15 years. I've been at the top. I need to find something. I need to maintain my levels of a top pro and find another gear. It's probably not the first. It's not going to be the first time he's had to do it. Playing at a club like Real Madrid for as long as he did, winning everything, there would have been times in there where he wasn't great. There would have been times in there where, you know, it's Real Madrid. There's no bigger pressure in club football than that. So who's going to be the next guy? Because I'm playing with Cruz and I'm playing with Cruz and Modric here. If I don't get my act together, they're going to go and get the next young upgrade. They're going to get me out. So continually reinventing yourself to play at a club like Real Madrid, we actually shouldn't be surprised he's found a gear. So I do think it's oversimplifying it by saying it was just because Ten Hag was a criminal, just because Amorim was a criminal. Those bits are massive parts of it, 100%. But let's not act like Jamie Carragher says, we were watching him as in his own performance. Mate, he was running through treacles. And then on top of that, on the ball, oh my God, the Casemiro special, couldn't pass 5 yards. That one down the side, the first time round the corner special, like it just wasn't it. So I think that he deserves a lot of praise, because I think we're taking too much away from him if we just say it's just tactical.
No, I would agree. I do think that he's got the bit between his teeth again. Certainly, he knows that this season's was always going to be big for him anyway, because like contracts coming up, and it's a World Cup year. He's back in the Brazil squad because Don Carlo's the coach there, and he realizes that this summer in North America, it's going to be his last World Cup, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It might even be his last tournament as an international player. Certainly, be his last World Cup, and I think he's put everything into this season, and it's he's reaping the dividends of it now, isn't he? But I do agree. I think that a big chunk of it, I think with the case of any player, is that if you're not in a system that can get the best out of you, that extenuates your positives, hides your negatives, you're going to be exposed just by definition, aren't you? We saw it with Kobbie Mainoo, so you've got to see it with Casemiro, aren't you? If you're seeing it with Kobbie Mainoo, who's an up and coming player, right at the beginning of his career, you're going to see it with Casemiro towards the end of his career. He's going to be exposed. So I don't think Casemiro was, an exception. It was only Casemiro that couldn't adapt to Ten Hag's system, or it was only Casemiro that, struggled in Ruben's system. I think a credit to Casemiro, once again, the professional that he is and the talent that he is, even in those systems, he still managed to get to a point where managers wanted to pick him because he is good. You know what I mean? Let's not pretend like in Erik ten Hag's first season, Casemiro was one of the best midfielders in the league that season, right? There's conversations about who's the best six. And, when Casemiro got a yellow card at Selhurst Park and he misses the Arsenal game, we're like, oh, that might stop us going on a mini title charge. He was that important in that first season. And even that first season, he didn't start great. Remember the first 5 or 6 games, he was on the bench a lot of the time. And I remember you saying, I don't know about Casemiro. How's this going to work? But adapts, gets better, and we go off. That's why he's big game hero. That's why he's won those Champions League. Next season, when Ten Hag tried to maybe go more towards his Ajax style of football and the whole team exposed, then obviously he gets totally exposed. And there was a feeling he might not even make it into the third season because he wasn't even in the squad in that FA Cup final, was he? And there was chat about, he was injured or wasn't he injured, and this, that, and the other. And then when Ruben comes in, he's out of the team for 14 games, and still he wins Ruben over because he's Casemiro. Even in these systems that we're talking about, don't put him in the best light. He still manages to get in. Still
finds a way.
Know what I mean? Because he is good. So now he's in obviously with Carrick's remit, which is to get the best out of the players that he's got, which includes Casemiro. It's the same with Kobbie. You make the gap smaller and you extenuate the positives. You go, right, Casemiro, what at this stage of a career, what can you still offer? It's I can still get about, can still put tackles in, can still spray the ball around the pitch. I can read the game. I've got experience. The pressure's not going to get to me.
I'm brilliant in the air from set pieces.
Exactly.
Boxes.
You've just got to help me of just don't ask me to do too much physically in terms of covering distance because I'm not going to be able to do that. Ruben Amorim's midfield, that's why Bruno was playing there because Bruno gets around the pitch, so he's expecting Cas not maybe to do Bruno levels of getting around the pitch, but still to get around the pitch a lot. And that's probably has helped Casemiro in the sense of physically, like you said, he slimmed down quite a bit. And I probably maybe would give credit to Ruben and his coaching staff for that one because a lot of our players do look more fit this season. But still, you've got to get the best out of him tactically, which is, what Carrick's been able to do so far. It doesn't really change my perspective that much on, because we do this quite a bit, don't we? If someone has a good run of games, well, he should definitely stay then. I still, with the circumstances as they are, 350K, no. And even if it was a dramatic pay cut to let's say it went down to, let's say it went down to 200. That's still one of the highest paid players in the team. And you're sort of going, and I saw someone say this in the chat earlier, and it is true. Okay, Carrick's getting the best out of the team and the squad as is now. We don't know if Carrick's going to be the manager long term. If he's not, let's say hypothetically it was, I don't know, De Zerbi or whatever. I would then have concerns once again of going, high intensity Casemiro, is that going to work? You know what I mean? So just because we're seeing the best of him now in Carrick's system, you still do have to think, I think, of the medium to long term of is that really where we're going? And
even if people in the chat say, nah, listen, 200K, I wouldn't mind. We ain't signing 3 midfielders. I'd keep him for 200 for 1 year as a squad player, says Tris. I think a lot of people are looking at it going, it is, you do pay for a bit of quality and you're not going to sign 3 midfielders. So if you've got 2 and you've got him overseeing things and get rid of Ugarte and you had Casemiro as your backup, even though it's going to cost a lot, if you still fix the other things, if you could find a way to financially keep Casemiro, plus get your Anderson, who's going to start every game next to whatever, then we would be in a better position. But finances wise, and look, I liken it to, it's a bit different because of the injury setup. But look at Varane, right? So Varane went out on an absolute high. You know, look at what he did in the FA Cup final. So you go, at that time, he's still our best centre back. This is our best centre back leaving the club. But you looked at the amount of injury. It is different to Cass because the amount of injuries he had, and then obviously look, he went to
retired
done
like
his
a
knee.
couple months later.
Exactly. So it showed that like we couldn't have got anything out of him. But my point is, the principle's the same, but the sentiment's a little bit different with the two players. But the principle of like it's okay to like say goodbye on that high and not try to carry it on. However, though, I'm always open to new information. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you do look at it and you go, it's because you don't really know how good Ineos are going to be in the summer and what they're going to do. And it's like you're seeing what Casemiro is capable of doing. How long he's going to be able to be doing that is a big question mark. There's more games hopefully next year because we'll be in Europe. So and back to not going out of the cups in the first round. So we're back to 50 odd plus games. But having him, if I painted this picture to you and said, we're going to sell Ugarte, we're going to buy Anderson, and this is just hypothetical because of course, obviously Casemiro said he's already leaving. And your third choice midfielder is going to be Casemiro when needed, sort of coming in and out, different games. And Anderson and Kobe are your starters, and then you pick up another one for like 20 minutes, you know, like a middle of the range one. That's like another squad one to go with Casemiro. Let's say I said we got Ruben Neves in the summer for like 20 million. You kept Casemiro and you spent big on Elliot Anderson. You'd then go, I'll tell you what, in central midfield, we play two in there, but you've got Kobe and Anderson, and then you've got Casemiro and Neves as like that. If you got him on lower wages and you could afford all of it, that wouldn't make us a worse team. And you gave him like a year plus one or something. But obviously the decision's been made. Casemiro could be like, I'm going Saudi. I'm getting the big. We're just thinking of it from our point. He has also decided he wants to leave.
And also we're talking about, I'd have him for another year and like, 150k. First, Casemiro would not accept 150k a week. Like going from 350 to 150, 200,000 pound a week less. And also to be if we're saying, because this is where we have to be careful because just like a couple of weeks ago, we're saying we need a brand new midfield in the summer, brand new midfield. And now, after a few wins, we're going, actually, you know, Kobe's still there and I'd keep Cass. So what we're saying, we keep this midfield, you know what I mean? And with Casemiro, even if he went into a backup role, he's at the latter stage of his career. He might want to go, no, I don't want to be a backup. I've only got a couple of years left to play in. I want to play. I still think I can play every week, you know, maybe not twice a week, but still think I can play. You know, let's say this summer he ends up going to AC Milan. He'll play every week in Serie A, starting in the AC Milan team.
Yeah, definitely.
We can't really say that next season for Casemiro, can we? If we get Elliot Anderson and Carlos Baleba, is Casemiro going to be starting every single week? And at this stage in his career, would he want to be a rotational kind of player? Probably not. So I'm of the mindset that I do think like there's nothing, him playing well and him going out on a high. You know, I think that's the right move. I think it's, you know, I'm a big believer in when things come to a natural conclusion, that's kind of it, you know. And I think that's the case with Casemiro. With all the criticism towards him, you know, over the last, 18 months or so, I'd like him to go out on a bit of a high of actually, you know what? Maybe he could have maybe stayed for another year, but yeah, all right, it's ended well for him, and he'll have cult status. He's not a United legend, but he'll have cult status.
No,
I think, you know,
like Varane,
definitely
like the same
very.
as Varane.
Yeah, and he definitely
status.
loves the club, and he definitely loves, Manchester United. He's definitely a Red for the rest of his days, you know. Which is
fond memories,
great.
And he's very proud to have represented like two monster clubs. Like I know he was in Portugal before that, wasn't he? Was he at Porto? I think it was Porto.
Yes. Porto,
So he's played for massive clubs pretty much his whole career, and obviously to do United and Madrid back to back, and it's the same with Varane. They really, when they come from a club the size of Real Madrid, it's not too dissimilar in size and stature to come to Man United, so they appreciate that. And
do you think it's wild though, Flex? Like, so Rafael Varane, he's does it all at Man United. Real Madrid, comes to Man United, and he's still like very much connected to Man United. Still talks about Man United a lot. Bastian Schweinsteiger, huge career at Bayern Munich. Yeah. Does it again? Done it all at Bayern Munich. He's at Man United for like 2 years. He's always posted about Man United. Yesterday, he's in front of his TV going, "Good win, Man United." Blah blah blah.
And he got treated like shit here.
Yeah, exactly. Casemiro the same. You know what I mean? Obviously, Real Madrid legend. He pictures of all of the trophies when he's leaving. And Don Carlos said, "I don't want you to leave." And even he's like, "I'm going to be a Man United player and fan, and associate with the rest of my days." It does go to show how big Man United are. You know what I mean? They're playing for big Real Madrid and still, or Bayern Munich, and still, just because they've played for a couple of seasons at Man United, they're like, no, I'm part of the family.
I'm part of it. It's only Di Maria who it went a bit, Real Madrid to here, and then it didn't quite. It wasn't that, but no, 100%. And actually, I mean, it's probably, if we're being hypercritical, it's probably a bit of a damn indictment of that. Like, we're getting the subpar versions of them that still come to this league and take the piss. Yeah. But it shows like they took Ronaldo, from us. They took Beckham from us. These guys in their pomp where they're like, it does show a little. It shows levels. Let's be honest, it does. They do it to everyone. Real Madrid. There's a standard of like, they don't take guys that way around, do they? Like they wouldn't get.
And they're ruthless.
They wouldn't, what I mean? And they're ruthless.
You know what I mean? If they get to what they think is past the peak, they will just go, "You're gone."
Exactly. And like you said, they didn't even really want him. It's only because, it was a too many vibe. Kamovic, the younger guys were coming in and was like, still need to play every game. So
he was on the bench for, I think, the first La Liga game of the season. Just after he'd got like man of the match in like the Super Cup, whatever. But he was on the bench first La Liga game. He went, "I think I'm kind of out of it."
Exactly. It's the football food chain, isn't it? And Real Madrid are at the top of it. It's just how it goes.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
So there you go. We've actually still got a lot to talk about, but the show's flown by. I've got such a busy day today. It's just crazy. But
actually, what I did want to bring up with obviously coming out of the game yesterday, 3 wins out of 3. A lot of talk about Michael Carrick, and what he's done. And once again, old Man United, late winners once again. I saw Wayne Rooney. Obviously, he was at the game yesterday.
He was sitting in the row in front of me to the left, him and Kareem.
Yes,
I was like, where's
He's had some comments on his podcast this morning about Michael Carrick, who, look, he'll be open to say, look, he is good mates with Michael Carrick. And he went to the, he was at one of the youth games with him the other day because his son was playing, wasn't he? Kai. But some interesting comments about Michael Carrick. This is what Rooney had to say.
If he continues with this form till the end of the season, then he have to give him the job. Biggest compliment I can give to him is when Fulham equalised. I felt like Man United were going to go and get the winner.
That is true, by the way. We on the match view, like, because we have done it so many times just this season. Obviously, did it last week against Arsenal, concede late, go up the other end, score. Liverpool conceded late, went up the other end, score. Spurs
find a way,
conceded. We thought we lost the game, go up the other end, score. So there is this resilience.
Fight in there.
Is there? There is this resilience. It's true.
I thought exactly the same thing. When they equalised, I was like, we're going to win this. And it showed. Like, I think what Michael Carrick's done is he's not only got a belief in a team, I think he's got a belief in a fan base now. I think there's a confidence. Everybody's got their heads up.
There's a connection. There's a connection to the fans, isn't there? And I think even Saturday, obviously, I was in the director's box and looking down at Michael, there's a calmness that definitely goes through to the players.
Listen, if we win every game to the end of the season, 21's coming.
Oh my word! It's a massive change, though. I was at the derby, and it was Old Trafford. I've been reporting on United for 20 odd years, and it did remind me of old times. United looked like United. Old Trafford felt like Old Trafford again. I think Carrick's already equalled the best winning run that Amorim ever put together.
Yeah,
it took Amorim
like 100 games.
A year. Yeah, it took over a year for Amorim to do it. Carrick's done it in like 3 weeks or something ridiculous, which is just insane.
I think Michael's doing a really good job, and whatever anyone else says, if he continues with this form till the end of the season, then they have to give him the job. So will he? They have to.
Which is quite interesting. I felt when I saw those comments, Flex, I thought that's maybe a little bit of a dig about to Roy Keane, to be honest. What I mean?
It is. Yeah.
Roy Keane did the whole, even if he won every game between now and the end of the season, he still shouldn't get the job. And which is, a lot of that is beef. You know what I mean? They've got Roy Keane's got issues.
It's personal. And listen, I think you do have to listen again. I have to do the what do you call it? separating the joke from like we have to talk about this thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is true in terms of actually where I was probably wrong looking at it is going, you know, we was trying to subscribe to the theory and I was getting you to try and subscribe to it. And you know, quite rightly really went, well, let me just see how this thing goes rather than, you know, say he's just not getting it. Because I was like, you know, you got to get the top manager. And it's like, that is a kind of a want. And there's still so much question marks with Michael Carrick in terms of like what it will look like. But it is out of that fear of like, sometimes you got to find out if you do it well enough as an audition for a job, you get the chance to find out. You get a go at it, don't you? And I think because of my PTSD, I speak for myself, like of Ollie and stuff, it is being a bit disingenuous to Carrick to basically say he's the same as Ollie. Like you're just the same. You're a club legend who's won everything. So if you give him the job, you're 100% you'll be in the same position as Ollie. It's something that's sensible to think about not getting carried away early. Like it's been 3 games, but also you should, and this is me talking candidly and honestly, you should leave room for, you know, differences to happen because you don't know how it's going to go. And like Rooney says, if he builds something in the 17 games that he would have had that looks really good, at the least you probably do have to look at it and go, well, probably because if you bring in Tuchel, who is combustible, strong manager, but could be complete opposite to the feeling of what's been harvested, is that too much damage, even though he's a top manager? Enrique, nothing to do with Man United, doesn't know this club, doesn't just a top manager. What does that look like and feel like versus we just need a safe pair of hands for this bit and then build, and then maybe the guy after. I don't know. It's kind of all open, is what I'm saying, and we should just let's just relax and enjoy the wins. This is a topic for the summer. I think that's where I'm at, but I have come back on like, no matter what, he can't get it because you have to leave it open.
No, that's where I kind of push back on it. That's why I kind of disagreed with what Roy Keane was saying. You know, when he was like, well, even if he won every game between now and the end of the season, he still shouldn't get it. You go, well, I did the maths yesterday. If we won every game, we'd end up on like 83 points, which was enough to win the league last season, by the way. Usually it wouldn't be, but it was last season. But that's also because Liverpool had no pressure over the last 5 games. But still,
they're on the beach as well.
I think this idea of writing it off completely, you can't really do that at this point, can you? Because we don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? We don't. Because there could become a situation, like if he went on a huge run of winning games, let's say, I mean, how many games have we got left now? Is it 14? 14 games left now. If he won, I don't know, 11 or 10 out of them, you'd have to have a conversation, wouldn't you? Because how could you not? I mean, how could you not have a conversation? It's way too early now. And this is true, you know, with the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer isms, but football is fine margins. Michael Carrick was a couple of minutes away yesterday from being like, absolutely don't be in the consideration for the job, bottled a 2-0 lead. You kidding me? Bottled a 2-0 lead at home against Fulham. And, you know, he fell into the same trap that maybe sort of Ruben did of Casemiro comes off, we lose a bit of control of the game, you know, and suddenly we're conceding goals and it's a bit chaotic. So football's very fine margin. So in the same way that we've gone 3 in a row winning, we could easily still go 3 in a row of not winning. And then suddenly Michael Carrick's a bum. This is why he was a championship manager at Middlesbrough. So there's still a really long way to go. And even the conversations so far, they're just hypotheticals, aren't they? They're just hypotheticals. There's a lot of football still to be played. There's a lot of results still to be going.
At Mali buys easy super chatted £4.99. Flex and Owen Miyaga drop 2 super chats on the red carpet we affy tuck.
That weren't bad, you know. Hey, Rally, that weren't bad. I was worried for the AI there, thinking, how's it going to talk the patois on that? Well, how's it going to go?
I looked, by the way, because some people were saying, because there's obviously different voices you can have. I did look for like a Jamaican one. It's not on there. And I did look for a Nigerian one as well, and it wasn't on there.
It wasn't there.
So
work to do. ChatGPT and all the AI people.
Yeah,
sort it out. YouTube AI. Sort it out. But big up to you, Millie. Yeah.
Now, can I try and think what that actually super chat said and means? Because I've read it a couple of times.
Yeah, I think you can.
Flex and Owen, I'm gonna drop 2 super chats on the red carpet. We have to talk.
You got it right there, Dimon. That's
exactly
what it says. Translation to English. Couldn't be any better. Couldn't have done it any better myself. Yeah.
I told you I'm from Kingston.
Upon Kingston Burn, what was it called again?
Kingston Bagpoos. Oh, yeah, Bagpoozy.
Bagpoozy, that's it.
I realize I don't actually know the right way to say that as well, which is kind of criminal considering it was around the corner from me. But you know what I mean?
Bit mad considering you grew up there or whatever it was.
Well, I didn't grow up. I grew a little bit away from it, but you know what I mean.
But you know the area, yeah.
I know the area. I used to play, played football around there. Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Bagpoozy posse.
That's me.
Yeah. Well, big up to you, Millie. Yeah, man. Run up the super chats, another red carpet, yes. Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, mate. Wag one.
It's just the wag is too. You're talking like a wag of like the footballers, like it's
wag one.
No,
everything gonna be Irie.
I mean, yeah, you got a lot of work to do, bro. But your understanding of what needs to be said is there. That's a good start.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the pronunciation of things.
Yeah.
And when to kind of, do you know what I mean? Drop it. But you're getting better. But the wag what is too powerful. It's just wah. Just like WAR. Wah.
A wugwan.
The footballer's not left him.
Okay, no,
That's Supach 4058 super chatted €5. Surprisingly, it's not just Carrick. His whole team is putting in work and bonding well with the team. That's rare
true.
From the last 3 to 4 managers we've had.
Yes, the backroom staff, you know what I mean? The Steve Hollands and Johnny Evans. I don't see Roy Keane criticize that, saying, oh, what's Johnny Evans done to get a job? But he's done the same thing that Michael Carrick did to get the job, in the sense that he was part of the backroom staff. You know what I mean? And he went from a player to straight into the backroom staff, which a few.
It's like what Rio said, and it's like what Rio said as well.
Different.
Rio was like, "Listen, it's not saying he's elite coach, but in terms of this, like Johnny Evans could go and be a first team coach at West Brom, and he might not have the impact that he would on this playing squad because, like I said, he just played with them last season and the season before that. He knows the players, they know him, they respect him. So to convey messages, albeit with someone like Michael Carrick and Steve Holland, who will be fine, but it adds that extra familiarity about the place. How could that be? How can that hurt the team? It can't.
And also, it's probably really useful for the coaching staff, because they might want to do something one way, and he might go, "Look, I was here last season with, I was here with Eric and Ruben. They don't. I'm telling you, that won't work with them. They don't like that. This is what they did, and that wasn't popular. Maybe do it this way, and that's invaluable. That is invaluable."
Yeah, exactly. JP says Owen is a real bad man.
That's me.
Yeah,
that's me.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Kingston.
We didn't get a chance quickly to touch on the deadline day. There's a lot of people. Well, look, the reports are Simon Stone, et al.
Yeah, we're not
Man
doing
United
anything.
poised for a quiet day. I think we all know that, but a lot of people are sort of quote retweeting that and getting quite, worried, saying, "Listen, we are one injury away to Casemiro, who we've just raved about, to Kobe, who the resurgence has been brilliant. We're one injury away from having to start Ugarte." Which I saw someone put and that's the difference between top 5 and not. Do you see it like that, Owen? Do you see it as like one injury to these guys and everything will collapse?
Well, I see it as, I think that's always the case in football. You're always, any team is an injury away from missing out on possible Champions League football or possible title, what have you, right? So I don't think we're any different there. I do just, and this is going to sound like such like a, Ineos sympathizer and, glazing and all this kind of stuff. But I do kind of get the mindset of, well, do we, we've got 14, 15 games left, no cups, no Europe. And it's like, who can we go and get? You know what I mean? Like we could go get let's say get a midfielder because we're concerned about Casemiro getting injured. But that guy might be on the bench for the rest of the season, and he still actually might not be good enough. So I still do agree, like, if there's someone available, like on loan, let's say you could get Ruben Neves on loan or someone like that on loan, then yeah, go and do it. But I still don't think we should just be doing it for the sake of it, of like, oh, if we don't get anyone, we're going to miss out on Champions League. Because I don't think that's necessarily the case. And as was evident yesterday, look, we lost Patrick Dorgu, which sucked, but up stepped Mateus Cunha and he got a goal. Even though he's not creative and he can't score goals. You know, you've done it the last few games.
Also, what
you
happened
know?
to? I said the darkness was behind him. What happened to Mason Mount? Because he was sitting next to me. I looked to my left.
They said
where I was in the
they
media,
said-
and I went, "Oh, there's Delict." I said, "Oh, there's
Yeah.
can't remember who else." I went, "There's Mason Mount." I thought he was on the bench.
They said it's he just picked up a knock, nothing serious.
Oh, mate, listen.
So it's
That's
6
what we
months
heard
out
about
confirmed.
Delict, mate. Oh,
You know what I
mate,
mean?
the Delict one's worrying, scary, very, very
Yeah.
scary. The Delict one, he's been out for.
But my point is,
absolutely
with the injury thing, you could do that, like even if you did have a full bench of players, like let's say like because Casemiro's playing really well, a Casemiro injury, regardless if we had players to replace him or not, would hurt us. You know what I mean? That will hurt.
Yeah, because this is not someone who can do what he does at the minute.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if that's necessarily the justification for going to get a player, because I'm sure every team would go, well, if we get an injury to some of our best players, then we're going to be in trouble. Every team in the Prem will probably say that, won't they? You know?
Yeah, exactly. I get it. If we could do something, I would like to. Like you said, if the right guy was there, they probably, you know, it's because it's Ineos, you don't really give them the trust. Like you always feel like they probably could have, but it could be a bit of neglectful. But you're right. I think we just got to deal with it, man. You can't get everything you want in football, man. You got 15 games, 14 games, and that's only one game with like 6, 7, sometimes 8 days to prepare for games. You just got
footballers not left them.
Find a way.
At J.P. 87 TM super chatted £5. Owen runs Carney swear I saw him daggering Bear Girl last year. Bad man forward, bad man pull up.
Don't expose me, JP. All right, you know what I mean.
Is that true?
Life.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to comment on these things. Yeah, you know what I mean. There's two sides of me. There's the professional and there's the personal. It's going into the personal territory. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. As soon as I finish this stream, you know, I take the headphones off. You know me, Flex. I'm a completely different person. I talk totally different. So don't ruin the illusion. All right, JP. Don't ruin the illusion. Yeah.
I want you to also do a bit of research. There's a very, very famous dancehall song, what he's referring to there, called Bad Man Forward. And it's a very famous dance as well, called the Bad Man Forward. It's by an artist called Ding Dong.
Bad Man Forward, Bad Man Pull Up.
Bad Man Pull Up. Correct. So I want you to listen to that in your time and take it in, and do you know what I'm saying? And maybe even demonstrate the dance. Like if we win the league or something, just do the Bad Man Forward. You know what I'm saying?
We actually do the dance.
Yeah, if we win the league, why not? You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna listen to it now.
Yeah. Everything I work, nothing I plug out. Yeah. So if you just remember that one dance, yeah. Let me say ding dong. Everything I work, nothing I plug out. Yeah, man. Dancers. You know what I mean? Watch Owen there do the bad man pull up. Yeah, man. Big up Owen, man. Yeah. He's taking it in. Real yard, man. Get his puzzled face. What's going through your head, Owen? What's going on? What did you make? What's going on?
It's just bloody noise. I'm just hearing that, you know, in my head.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe just listen to it throughout the day, innit?
Maybe after a few, you know, Ray and Nephew. Maybe, you know what I mean? That's probably. That's how I relax. That's how I relax. You know what I mean? When I unwind in the evening, just little Ray and Nephew. You know what I mean? That's
what little Ray and Nephew. What by itself? Just a little shot, like neat.
Yeah, just relax. Yeah, just relax, mate. Relax.
More than relax, bro. If you drink that neat, bro. More than relaxing.
Because I'm real bad man. That's me.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do, but that's what I do. Yeah,
real bad man have it straight. That's true. No chaser. I hear you, bro.
Yeah, exactly. No chaser and no one chasing me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Yeah. No gal chasing me.
Left them.
Any minute.
Oh.
It just didn't do it. just
do it.
Just decided not to. Well,
it didn't.
Yeah, you have to read it out, Fleck.
Yeah. Do you think the majority of the vet managers are now in it? And the young managers from Michael Carrick's class, I think you see MC, are on the come up at the minute. Michael Carrick could be a shout. I don't know, man. It's hard, isn't it? Because do you mean when you say it are now international managers?
Yeah, international.
I just maybe that's where they're moving on to. It is a weird managerial market, like you say. What you class as genuine, top class, guaranteed. It's like a new crop in it. There's a new batch.
The footballer's not left them.
At Sankite Vashish table super chatted 40 rupees. Why can't these cheap FK just do some loans?
That's it. Like it's that's what I'm saying. You'd like to think there's a loan out there for something, but I do worry though. Like just the nerves in me. Like Coley said, believe in that, but it is like it can change really quickly. Like luckily with the left wing bit, it's like you bring in Kuhn. If you know, but then maybe we're underplaying it in terms of obviously. Listen, there's no way that Ugarte will give you what Casemiro gives. Of course not. But maybe Carrick will find a remedy of like still small space. When he came on, he was all right. Ugarte, he was all right. So maybe it's like we might be able to get through and just That's
why you've got a squad. The one person who we cannot replace, Bruno Fernandes. That's who we can't replace. We cannot replace him. Yeah,
Bruno Fernandes.
We cannot replace him. I know that it feels like every show turns into the Bruno view and not what have you. Yeah, but
fed up,
just those people that will still go net negative and he's rubbish and he needs to go and what club would want him? Yesterday we go to 2-2. You just pick the club on his back and then go there you go Sheshko, have a bit of that.
And you know what,
goes past Calvin Bassey, who just come onto the pitch, by the way, fresh. Calvin Bassey goes past him. You know what I mean? Gets 2 assists yesterday. He's a fucking machine.
Bro, machine. And then Fulham fans, bro, they can hold that, bro, because I don't know if you heard it on comms. If you had it, there we go. And he looks like a rat. He looks like just as he's about to take that free kick. And they're cussing him, bang, hold that on your head tops, assist. And the Calvin Bassey one is just sheer brilliance, bro, because it's the speed of thought. It's not necessarily the leg speed. Well, it is actually to drop the shoulder that quick as well. But it's to get a yard, and he knows. And I'm so glad that Carragher touched on it after, because I said exactly the same thing as I was talking about that goal. He knows that after doing that and getting the extra yard on Bassey, he has to cross the ball because Bassey will get back and take the ball off him. Bruno's not that quick and strong. But there's the speed of thought to do that to Calvin Bassey, KG's boy, who's talking about come to this club. I'm not saying that it means Bassey's rubbish. It just means Bruno's that great. But hold that. Do you know what I mean? Bassey knew,
and he's on the way. And he's on the way down, Bruno. He's on the way down. He still manages to get the ball into the box. And look, don't get me wrong, Sheshko still has quite a bit to do, and it's a brilliant finish, touch, turn, bang, right in the top corner. And I'm really, really glad for him as well.
But Bruno gives him the perfect ball.
But it's just, I will say it over and over again. We will not realize what we've got and what we had with Bruno Fernandes until he is gone. When he is gone, if we do revisionism on fucking, Eric Ten Hag, Ruben Amorim, on
Fred,
players like Fred, you know what I mean? Then what on earth will happen when he goes? Oh my God! But yeah, he always delivers. Like he just does, And he didn't even have his best game yesterday, and he still, still got involved, still did it. If it wasn't left Bruno.
At Sankite Vashish table super chatted 100 rupees. He is the players of the decade for United and world football. But are you ready to let him on a free and United is capable?
Well, Bruno on a free. I mean, Bruno will probably... look, I think with the Bruno stuff, like I said, I think that we've seen it on the rare occasion that he was injured, like a few weeks ago, when he was out for a couple of weeks, his hamstring issue, and suddenly it becomes... we don't really create as much. Oh, where's the chances coming from? What happens when you don't have Bruno Fernandes on the pitch? That's what Bruno does.
We're better without him. Gives the ball away too much. Throws his arms up. Oh, he's shit captain. Led us to 15th. Just get out of here, man.
Like he could genuinely get the assist record in one season in the Prem this season. Like he's pushing for it. He's pushing for it. And he hasn't even been
versions of Man United there's ever been.
Yeah. He hasn't even been in his best position for half the season. He could still get it. That is insane.
Exactly. There you go, guys. There you go. Big up to each and every single one of you who got involved in the show today. Again, thoughts with Nubian Pharaoh's family and condolences to him and his family. I'm just speaking to, I think, David. So he says this is his brother. So yeah, really, really sad day. But the team is showing up for Nubian Pharaoh and the things that Nubian Pharaoh wanted to see, at least. He would be loving what's going on now. I'm not sure when obviously this really sad passing happened, whether it was this week, last, I don't know, but I'm sure he'll be really happy seeing what's going on now, and long may it continue, guys. And well done to the community for showing that love, you know what I mean, and and harvesting this community. We're all here for each other. Big up to yourselves, guys. Red carpet later on. I won't be on it, unfortunately. But yeah, there'll be a lot of people who want to say a lot of stuff, I'm sure. So make sure you tune in for that as well. And anything else across the day, we will bring to you as well. Of course, it is deadline day. We're expecting a very, very quiet day. But if anything changes, we will bring it to you. Take care, people. We're gone. Peace.